Here's the truth that every single body needs to hear right now. All of the 2026 graduates, all the people who are in college right now, everybody who's thinking about going back to school, let me tell y'all something right now. After 2026, upwards to 2030, careers are dead. Careers are dead. I would say careers probably have been dead for the past few years. Because I want you to ask yourself something. You who's watching this video right now, right? What kind of job are you working right now? Right? Or what kind of career are you working right now? Right? Most people, most of y'all, including myself, are just working jobs. Right? Careers died the last generation. The careers died with the last generation. Right? Careers died with Gen Xers. Right? We no longer have careers anymore. Right? I mean, we still got doctors. We still got attorneys. We still have specialized fields. But all in all, most of us are working jobs. Right? And most of us don't stay at these said jobs for more than 10 years. Anyway, right? Most people job hop. Most people have to go to another company just to get the pay raise that they're looking for in America. Right? You're lucky if you can get a 1%, 2% raise while you stay with the same company for 3, 5, 10 years, right? If you're staying at a job for more than 10 years plus more than 5 years, you essentially have nothing else to do in your life and you just waiting on the clock to hit a certain time for you to go night-night. But careers are dead, ladies and gentlemen, right? With AI and robotics, it is destroying careers, completely eradicating careers. And there's nothing you nor I can actually do about this. What you can do is prepare, because what's happening and what is coming is inevitable, right? It's inevitable, right? There's not going to be enough skills that you can learn. There's not going to be enough schooling that you can get into. There's not enough bachelors and masters and PhDs that's going to be able to stop your career from disappearing, right? And this is what they intend on happening anyway, right? Listen, headcount costs too much, right? It costs entirely too much. The multi-billion-dollar corporations, the corporate industrial complex, they don't want to keep human beings as it is anyway, right? A lot of these companies, they're tired of dealing with human beings, right? You got to pay them off days. You got to pay them sick days, right? They whine and complain, right? They get injured. Just the whole thing. See, with AI, and you know, some people are going to give a rebuttal and say, well, to operate AI, it's expensive on that kind of level. And so, listen, they got money to burn, right? And then you got to understand that as technology gets better. So the longer you use AI, the better it gets, because it's collecting data. And while it's collecting data, it's not only just getting better and efficient at what it's doing, but it's also, you know, fixing itself as it goes, right? It's teaching itself as it goes. And man, listen, we're not prepared, right? We're not prepared for this next quantum leap that we're about to head towards. We're not ready for this, right? We're not ready for this. This is equivalent to a whole universe change, right? This is like going into an alternate universe, right? And unfortunately, too, a lot of people, and a lot of things are going to get worse, right? And I don't even know if it's going to get better. I don't know what these folks, you know, have intended for the world. I don't know what these folks have in store for humanity, but I know for sure, I don't know for sure if it's going to get better, but I know for sure it's going to get worse, right? I know for certain that it's going to get worse. And a lot of people are not prepared for it. And in actuality, I think especially Americans, right? A lot of people have completely dissociated from life, right? There are so many people who can't tell you anything right? And I mean anything that is going on in today's economy. They can't tell you anything that's going on in politics, right? They can't tell you anything that's going on with their local council. I mean, people have completely dissociated from reality, right? While reality is being broken as we speak, right? Because this stuff is reality breaking. While this is also happening, people are dissociating, right? And this is a horrible thing. And why are people dissociating? People are dissociating because stress, right? People are dissociating because their bosses, their supervisors, right, are on their ass and they're stressed about losing their job. They don't know if they're going to lose their job. They don't know if they are up next, to get laid off. So people are losing screws. People are losing screws, right? And also, the cost of everything has completely gone up. Listen, they're taxing us. Man, this got to be more than the 50% tax at this point, right? This has to be more than the 50% tax at this point. When you get your paycheck, taxed, right? When you spend it, taxed. War in Iran, that's a tax at the pump. Not even just a tax at the pump, because oil is not the only thing that goes through the Strait of Hormuz, right? We have other essential things like fertilizer, right? Other things that are made with petroleum that has to pass through there, right? It is blocking the supply chains, right? Holding up the supply chains, increasing pricing, because a lot of the things that were just easy peasy, now, it's a hassle to get on the shelves. So now we're paying a premium at the shelves, ladies and gentlemen, right? On top of already not getting paid enough to live. Man, please, man. Right? And then on top of that, right, nobody knows how long their job is going to last. Nobody knows, right? Mickey D's, for God's sake. McDonald's, right? A place that used to be, entry level, right? A place that people, teens, kids used to come through. Fast food in general used to come through to get that work experience, right? They said, no, not today. Not anymore. Not anymore. You ain't coming in here and getting no work experience. You gonna come over here and get a fry and say goodbye. That's all you getting from us, right? It's so crazy because at first it started off with teenagers coming in, working for the summer, right? Working as a job while they went to school, college students, so on and so forth, right? And then eventually it turned into a job where you had people who had bachelor's degrees, right, coming into McDonald's. The economy eventually got to the point well before we are today. Well before today. People were already going into fast foods and lower tier jobs with degrees. Elderly were already coming back from home, out of retirement, and going back into these jobs, going into these entry level jobs. That completely destroyed the quote unquote entry level, right? So it was already being destroyed by the so-called educated having to go get those jobs, right? Fast food, Starbucks, coffee shops, bartenders, right? People with degrees had to go and work those jobs because everything else that they degree qualified for, it wasn't paying any money. I know people, right, who got degrees while they were bartenders, tried to go into the industry that they got said degree in, and they came straight back to bartending. They was like, bro, listen, if you ever been a bartender, if you ever been a server, especially in your higher end restaurants, you know for a fact that your degree is worthless compared to what you can make in a certain establishment if you know how to bartend and if you serve or something at a nice restaurant. There's no point of going to get a job where your degree lies. There's no point because they're not even paying enough. You're going to start right back at the bottom, right? Listen, jobs, those entry-level jobs, they were being eradicated by the more experienced workforce. And now they're saying, hey, to hell with everybody, right? we're going to go ahead and wipe everybody clean off the map. Right? We're going to go ahead and wipe everybody. Listen, y'all going to have to go somewhere else. Now McDonald's, they already had self-checkout. Many places already have self-checkout. So really, nobody really operate the register. Listen, if your job already has automation, right? If your job already has certain technologies, they're basically phasing you out, just so you know. It may not be this year. It may not be next year. But they are for sure phasing your ass out. Right? And that's what they have been doing over the past few years. These technologies, this is not new. AI is not new. Robotics is not new. I remember going to robotics conventions and seeing, robotics do its thing, and, Boy Scouts put together certain things and all of that type stuff. I seen that in childhood. So robotics is not anything new, right? They were just waiting on the perfect time, the perfect technology, right? And the perfect clients. And now the major corporations have become a major client in all of this now. And they're just going to roll this thing out, right? And it's just going to speed up from here. It's just going to be a snowball effect from here, right? Listen, no careers are dead, right? If you're not going into something specialized, right, careers are dead. And even then, they already have robotics and technologies doing surgeries now. They've had that for the past 10 years, right? So that stuff, it already exists, right? Some people may be a little safe. I put it like this. Some people may be safer than others, but nobody is safe, right? You're not safe. I'm not safe. And listen, it's no point of even playing this game anymore, playing this career game anymore, right? The whole title game, the titles. Oh, I'm the head accountant of so and so. Man, that stuff is dead, right? I'm the so and so and so and so. I'm the lead captain of. Man, shut up. I'm the head warehouse worker. I'm the manager at Baskin Robbins. Listen, those titles are going out the door. It's going to come down to, do you got some money or do you not? That's what it's going to come down to, right? Can you build a company or not? That's what it's going to come down to. Can you help us use AI? Do you know how to work this or not? That's what it's going to come down to, right? There's going to be fewer and fewer and fewer people working at companies now. They're trying to downsize on headcount. And by 2030, everybody just say bye-bye. Everybody just say bye-bye. Right? Mass homelessness, that's already happening now. Right? People are already going hungry now. People are already missing meals now. People are already missing payments now. Right? This is already happening right now as we speak. And this is not even a peak. We're just now getting started. I hope y'all understand this. We are just now getting started. Right? The show, listen, this not even the main show. Right? This ain't even the main stripper. This the teaser. Right? That ain't finna bring out the real one. Now she about to do all the tricks and all the spins and all the clapping and all that type of stuff. Now the show is really here. Right? Listen. Everybody needs to be prepared. Right? Everybody needs to be doing something. This is not the time to be sitting up here and like, well, if they get rid of all the jobs, who gonna pay for stuff? Listen, bro. Listen. They trust me. They figured it out all the way up to this point. I'm sure that they'll figure all that out. But I think that's something that you shouldn't be worried about, because, come on. This is the perfect time to be starting a business. The perfect time. This is the perfect time to restart. This is the perfect time to refresh, right? Before they force you to reset. You don't want it to happen while they force you. You don't want it to happen when they gotta grab you by your neck and, right? You don't want it to happen then. You want it to happen on your own accord. You want it to happen on your own time, right? You want to prepare on your own time. You don't want to wait until it's too late, because when it's too late, it's too late, right? And just like people always do, especially when new industries come in, majority of people always wait until the last minute to start learning. They always wait until the last minute to start saying, oh, what do I need to do? What do I need to learn? Well, it's too late now, buddy, right? You locked out. And definitely by 2030, if you are not ahead of the curve, if you have not started a business, if you have not leveraged yourself, put yourself in proper position, right, to be able to survive in a new world, you're done. You're done. And if you want to learn exactly how to position yourself in a new world, listen, I have many videos right now of me developing my own application right now. I am developing my own app, which is almost ready to drop, right? You can come over to the Patreon, hit the link in the description, and you can see exactly what I'm doing. And this is not the first app. Well, this is my first app, but there is more to come, more things that I will be dropping on the Patreon, right? So you guys can see exactly what I'm doing to position myself in a new world. Listen, I'm phasing myself out of my 9-to-5. Yes, you hear it right here. I'm phasing myself out of my 9-to-5, right? And I'm positioning myself and my family to be able to make it and survive in a new world because I know what is coming, right? I know what exactly is coming. All you got to do is pay attention to the numbers. All you got to do is pay attention to what's going on in the world. All you got to do is pay attention to how the AI companies are moving, how the tech oligarchs are moving. And then you can see exactly, you can foresee exactly what is about to happen. If you want to learn more of this, you don't want to wait until it's too late. Come over to the Patreon, sign up, and join the family. And if you want to take it a step further, you can join the Inner Circle too. This is a group of like-minded individuals who are headed in the same exact direction. And this is a high intensity group. So do not join if you are not ready. And we will have our first networking event in Cartagena, Colombia at the end of the year. We will be celebrating the New Year's out there, right? Listen, the after pill is the ideology. The escape blueprint is the framework. And PFP life is how you should live in purpose, in freedom, and in power. Hit that link in the description. Come over to the Patreon, learn something, get ahead of the curve, get ahead of everybody else. Nobody else is doing things like this, right? You only have 1 to 5% of people who are actually using AI and these platforms to get ahead, right? Become that 1%. And I'll see you guys over there. Peace.
I built a life. I built a family. I worked my hands raw to get here, and I'm not done. This is the escape blueprint. PFP life, a way out of the grind and into control. You'll learn how I stack cash, build systems, and reclaim time so you can live on your own terms. You will watch me maneuver and grind towards the life that I achieve for myself, and you can also do the same. Join the circle, join the Patreon, learn the steps, and protect your freedom. The escape blueprint, PFP life.